Hey guys, welcome back to another collection video. Today's video is going to be my entire Purplebeck collection. Now, I just want to explain a little bit about what this video is going to be before I get started, but basically I'm going to be going through the albums that I have so far. They've only released 3 albums, so I have them here, and I'll also be going through all of my photo cards that I have. So in Purplebeck, my bias is Seyeon. She is also one of my ultimate biases, so I really prioritize collecting for her. But I also collect OT5 for Purplebeck, so I do collect all the members, but I prioritize Seyeon. So usually when I prioritize one member, I kind of set a cap for the cards that I want to collect from the other members. And if you don't know too much about Purplebeck cards, they work a little bit differently than regular cards. For example, this is their debut album here, Crystal Ball. The first 500 copies of this that were sold included one unique photo card that was signed on the back. So that means that there's only one of each card in existence. That's it. 500 cards total. That's it. So these cards are really rare, and I'm lucky to own a couple of them. And then for Dreamline, they actually had a photo card set, thankfully, so I could collect all of them. They had 3 cards per member, and they were also hand-signed. For Starry Night, they did technically have a set for this album for each member. Each member got 46 photo cards, which is a lot. And out of each of those 46 photo cards, there are only 5 of each individual card. So that makes it really difficult for collectors, never mind just 46 cards in general, but by the fact that there's only 5 of them in existence, it makes it super difficult to collect. But yeah, I did manage to get my hands on a lot of Purplebeck stuff, and I really love collecting for them, and I prioritize them a lot, so I'm excited to share my collection with you guys today. So we're going to get started looking at the albums. We're going to start with their debut album first, and after I go through the albums, I'll be showing you guys my photo card collection. So for their debut album, I did pre-order this album. I pre-ordered 2 copies because I wanted to get another limited photo card. I wanted higher chance of getting my biases, so I pre-ordered this copy and another one, but I did end up with like 7 additional copies of this album. I only brought a couple here because you don't need to like see all 7 of them, but I ended up just getting more and more as I bought more photo cards and things like that. I just end up collecting them and having a stack. So yeah, we're just gonna look at one for now. And inside this album, we have the CD here, and the track list is Crystal Ball and another song called Holiday, some instrumentals, intros, and outros and stuff. But yeah, let's look at this real quick because I wanted to show you guys on the inside that the girls signed each individual page. Let's see. So here's Yoel's signature. She signed her own little Yoel page and her thanks too. And then we have Yerem, Ryan, Minnie, and Seyeon. And all the Crystal Ball albums are signed, so if you do buy one, it should all be signed on the inside. Like I said, literally everyone's signed. So yeah, they're all gonna be signed like that. I love this album, though it's not like the best quality. It's not too cheap actually. Like this outer material is kind of sturdy, and I don't like the plastic casing here, but I guess that's the cheapest. But otherwise the photo book and everything's really nice, though it's small. It's still really nice to look through. Alright, so their next second, I'm not sure if they called it a mini album or they called it a single album. So we have Dreamline. Dreamline is a numbered album. So on the back here, you'll notice that there is a sticker telling you which number you got. So this one is 547. Dreamline is the album that I actually ordered the least of. I only ended up getting 3 copies of this album. And the numbers that I got were, like I just showed, 547, 913, and my lowest number is 326. Not that it really matters, but I think it's kind of just cool to see how early of the press you got. But yeah, this album, packaging-wise, it looks really nice, like from the front and everything, but when you're kind of looking through it, it's a little difficult to open with the CD right there. and there's no crease on the side here or like any sort of line, so you kind of have to make the crease yourself, but you know, you don't really want to damage the front of the album, so it's just a little bit flimsy. The photo cards were supposed to be in here, but I'm not sure if they were just thrown in the photo book after the members signed them. But yeah, this photo book is also signed again. They signed individual pages again, like this, which is super thoughtful of them. I love that they did that because it's really hard to get signed merch from like a lot of groups now. This photo book is probably my favorite photo book though. I really liked all the like kind of sparkle effects, and it wasn't too over the top, like you could still see the members and everything great, and the sparkles just makes it look like so pretty. So yeah, I really love this photo book, and it's pretty thick too. But yeah, definitely packaging wise, I think it's just the cover, honestly, that ruins it. The page quality is great, but just the cover's a little awkward. But yeah, now moving on to their most recent release, which I think this is considered their first mini album. Yeah, this says first mini album, which is Starry Night. This is the most recent release with the title track Valentine. And I love this album. Packaging wise, it's amazing. Like you can literally see how thick it is. Like it's so thick compared to their other two releases here. You can see like how thick it was. I was surprised when I first got this copy on how amazingly packaged it was. It literally looks like so good. And photo book is great. Oh yeah, and also the first 500 copies that were sold were all signed. So I ended up getting 4 copies originally, so I only have 4 signed ones. And then the rest of the copies that I have are just all regular. And I do have an unboxing of when I opened these up. But yeah, so all those are signed. And then the rest of the copies that I have are just unsigned on the inside, which I think it's nice to have like both an unsigned and a signed. But yeah, like I said, literally best packaging here, and it shows the track list on the back. We have the Starry Night extended mix version, Valentine, Tearful, Mare, which is such a good song. And if you listen to the Mare instrumental, there is actually a hidden track. If you can see how long the song is back here, there's a hidden track that our fans like to call Cutie Girl. It's a really nice song, so I would recommend that you listen to it. The photo book is also great quality, adorable pictures. Since we didn't get to see too many pictures from this comeback, it was nice that they did that. And then you also get, if you pre-ordered from K-Town For You, which I'm pretty sure is the only place that you can order, you got these little pre-order photo cards. And if you're wondering how many of the Starry Night album I have ordered in total, I actually have ordered 21 copies of it. I know it's kind of a lot, but it's all for photo cards and stuff, and I don't lose that much money if I end up like selling the photo cards or whatever, but you can tell that I have this huge stack of pre-order cards from all the albums that I've ordered. I don't really know what to do with these, so if anybody has any ideas, please let me know, because I'm just drowning in these things. But actually, while I'm filming this video, I still have 3 more of those 21 that I ordered on the way, so I will be getting more, but just those photo cards are for collecting my bias. I end up trading and selling them off to collect her. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the albums, since I only have 3 albums. But yeah, let's move on to photo cards now. Alright, now we are in my photo card binder. This is my Purplebeck cover page that I printed out, and we start off with their debut album photo cards, Crystal Ball. These are all of my some of my Crystal Ball photo cards that I have here. The goal originally was to get 1 solo photo card of each member, which I pretty much achieved that goal, and actually got past my goal for some of the members. I have 2 Yowels up here, 2 Yarams. Yes, this is a Yaram, though it's a kind of far away picture, but it is Yaram. And I got 4 minis actually, and then I have this unit PC which has Lion on it. I don't have any solo Lion PCs. I have a lot of friends who collect Lion, and I know that Lion collectors are pretty intense for Purplebeck collecting, so it's difficult to get my hands on the Lion solo photo card, but if I can't, I'm not too worried about it, because I do still have a photo card with Lion on it, and I have another one as well, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But yeah, so all of these cards I have either traded for or paid a lot of money for, because they are really expensive. Like I mentioned before, they are unique photo cards, 1 out of 500, so these are super limited. the card that I did pull from, I ordered 2 albums originally. This is one of them, and I'll show you the other one later. But I do love this mini card that I got. It's so cute. Yeah, so these cards, I bought this one, and I bought this one. This one was a trade. I traded, I think, like 4 or 5 Starry Night cards for that. It actually worked out really well, really good deal. I bought this one, and I bought these 2, pulled that one, and this one down here was another trade. But yeah, I love my Purplebeck collection, especially my crystal ball collection. Just knowing that these cards are all unique and nobody else has them except for me, it just makes it feel so special. And all the backs of them are also signed, as you can see here, and the unit PCs, all the members who are on that unit sign the card, which is great. Yeah, now moving on to the next page, we have my Seyeon page. So you already know Seyeon is my bias, so I wanted to at least get a full page of her cards, which I did achieve, which is one of my greatest collection accomplishments, because this page was so expensive. A lot of these cards, and even on the previous page, were probably about $50 to $100, so really expensive collection, and you really have to dedicate yourself if you want to collect these kind of cards. But for me, it was really, really worth it, and I don't regret spending a penny. But yeah, I love all these cards so much. So up here you can see I kind of have her solo cards with her long red hair. It's so pretty. I love those cards. And then the middle here, we have some short hair cards. And down here, this is the card that I actually pulled from my album. I got so happy when I pulled this one because I pulled my bias. Like, how lucky is that? And then we have a Yeowol and Seyeon unit, and then another Lion unit. So this does kind of make up for me not having a solo Lion photo card like I mentioned before. I still have 2 photo cards that feature Lion, so that is good enough for me. But yeah, my favorite Seyeon photo card here, I think I would have to say it's this one. Somebody I saw pulled this card, and I messaged them saying if they ever wanted to sell, I'd be very willing to buy, because I've told them it was literally my favorite card I've ever seen before from this album, because I just think it's so pretty. So I'm really happy that I got that one. And of course, I love the card that I pulled. I was crying over this card for hours. I love it so much. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the debut album cards, and then I'll show you the signatures on the back here. And some of the backs, they have this crystal ball, and then some of them have the Purplebeck name. Same thing over here. They just have those 2 different style backs. But yeah, moving on to their second single album, we have Dreamline photo cards. These cards are also hand signed, but they're not unique. So there's only 3 types per member, and I have completed this set. So up here we have Yeowol's set, in the middle Yerim, and down here we have Lion's set. And then again we have a mini set, Seyeon set, and down here, I don't really know if I like this, but I made this a few days ago, and just as a little filler at the bottom. I just had white fillers in there originally, but I tried to do a picture. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I think it looks kind of cool, but maybe it's a little too much with all the other cards and stuff. But yeah, I'll be keeping that for now. And these are the signatures. So satisfying, looking at the backs of the cards even. So pretty. Alright, and now lastly we have their newest album, Starry Night photo cards. Like I mentioned before, 46 of each member, blah blah blah. My goal for OT5 collecting was getting 3 photo cards from each member, kind of similar to the way Dreamline was done. I wanted to have a row of each member, so it fit nicely, and I thought 3 cards was a perfect way to do that. So up here we have my 3 Yeowol cards. All of these Yeowol cards I actually pulled, and any extras that I get of any members when I buy more albums, I just sell them and put them towards buying my biases cards, or I try to trade them to my biases if possible. And then down here we have Yerim. I've only pulled 1 Yerim photo card, and it was this one. I only pulled 1. These 2 I bought one of them, I don't remember which one, and then I traded for the other. But yeah, I've only pulled 1 Yerim, and that goes for I've never pulled a Yerim out of my Dreamline album either. I've only pulled one yarn, which was this one, and the rest I've just been able to buy. So yeah, that's kind of crazy for me to think about. But down here we have my 3 lion photo cards. I pulled this one. This one was a trade, and this one also was another trade. I pulled a lion, but I traded with my friend because she had a duplicate, so I ended up trading for this one so she could continue her collection. But yeah, now next page we have minis row over here. I love my mini cards. I think my mini cards are my favorite because minis photo cards for this album were just so good, and I ended up having almost a full page of mini at one point, but of course I had to trade and sell some off to continue my biases collection. But yeah, I ended up keeping these 3, which are the absolute cutest cards that I have. I don't even remember how I got all of these cards. I'm pretty sure I bought this one. This one was a trade, and I pulled that one. I think that's how it went, but yeah. Anyway, this card right here, this is a group card. There are only 50 group cards that were distributed in the Starry Night album, and I was lucky enough to pull it when I opened my first album. I literally like squealed. You can check the video, it's up on my channel when I unboxed my Purplebeck albums. You can see my reaction to when I pulled that. But yeah, moving on, we have my Seyeon collection. Yay! So it would be a dream come true if I could get all 46 of her photo cards. Is that likely though? Probably not, but you know, it's a nice dream to have. I'm almost halfway there because I actually have one more card on the way, but obviously I'm impatient and couldn't wait for it to arrive to film this video. So just know that this Seyeon collection is pretty much never ending, including my crystal ball collection. If I ever find more crystal ball cards, I will be purchasing those and adding to my collection, but I just thought I was at a good enough point to film this video for my cards. But yeah. So this is my first page of cards, and I tried to organize it so the first couple cards were all cards that I pulled. I've only pulled 6 Seyeon photo cards, so these 2 top rows right here are both rows that I pulled. And I have beautiful pulls, I must say. They're gorgeous. And I actually got a duplicate of this one at one point. I bought it, and then the next day when my more albums came, I pulled it, so that was kind of funny. And I did somehow end up with a duplicate of that one at some point, but you know, all traded and stuff now. And here are some other cards down here. Most of these cards I have bought from my friends, and some other cards are trades. So yeah, I love her cards so much. Like I can probably pick out a couple of my favorites on each page. Definitely this card. I originally said that this was my favorite card just because I love this little PJ sweatshirt thingy that she's wearing. She wears it in a lot of other cards, including the pre-order card. She was also wearing it, so I love that, and I think she looks so cute. And I love this one too, and of course her close-up little winky face. I think that's such a unique card. I love this one with the green streak when she was doing like crystal ball promotions, I think. Yeah. And then next page, we have some more cards, and I love this page too. My favorite cards on here are gonna have to be these 3. This originally was my favorite card. I loved that she was with the plushies. I thought that was so cute. But then as I just got more and more cards, it's like, oh, but this one's my favorite, and this one's my favorite. So I just kept going back and forth. I also love this card, and this one too, with the sparkle sequiny background thing. I think that one's just so pretty. So yeah, and then lastly, you can see my Red Velvet's collection starts after this. But yeah, we have 3 more cards up here, and then 1 on the way, and hopefully like 24 more after that, because I really want to get all 46. But yeah, so that was my entire Purplebeck collection. It's nothing too huge right now, since again they are like a new group still. They've only been around for about 1.5 years maybe now. So I continue to plan on collecting OT5 and prioritizing my bias for future comebacks. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll probably be posting another collection video maybe after the next album, depending on how the photo cards and collecting go for that. But I definitely want to keep you guys updated on this collection since it is one of my favorites. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!